episode 58,
Yeah.
or season 2, episode 6.
Yes.
And here
You're
we are.
still at that.
Yeah, I am. Of course I am. I'm always going to be at that. Today we were talking all things DIY.
Yes,
Yes.
DIY.
We found out that it means do it yourself.
Yeah.
Sorry to give that away.
That
Sorry.
wasn't Shell Bomb though.
Oh,
No.
Jesus.
No,
the
you
shell
got it.
bomb.
That was a
My
good shell
God.
bomb, actually.
Yeah, the history of DIY. We talked about jobs that we wouldn't approach ourselves.
Yeah. Where's the line in DIY and maintenance apparently?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we kept on having to remind ourselves what DIY was.
Yeah, and what was kind of stuff that you should be doing every month, just
Yes.
anyway.
Yep.
Then we talked about there's a new bar opening in Dublin that has
New
You
rules.
you can bring friends along.
an interesting
Oh, yeah.
appeal to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sexy, if you might.
Yeah. We got through all the usual categories: weekend stuff,
Mhm.
Scotty's news.
Yeah.
I think we definitely finished off with a classic from John today.
Oh my God.
I don't mean to be classic, but
That was
we put it that way.
unbelievable. I'll never look at Krispy
You gotta
Kremed
listen
again
to the
the
end.
same way.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus!
no.
I'll never walk
Oh,
in there the
God.
same. What does
Um,
that smell?
So we should probably go about. Oh man, we should go about naming the podcast. Will we do that? Okay.
Where do you put your donut?
God. Krispy Kremed, maybe.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, I didn't mean to do that.
I just I'll go with do it yourself.
All right, so
Krispy Kremed.
episode 58 or season 2, episode 6,
Krispy Kremed.
Krispy Kremed.
Yeah, waffle me this, waffle me that. Thinking all the topics that you I could have had. The only game that makes me feel so alive. I'm guessing for 30, it could be only 5. Getting them all would be a superpower. You can get it every week on the JB Waffle Hour. 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 JB Waffle
Song makes me so jolly.
It's festive.
I love that song.
My song is giving you your jollies. Is that what you said?
Oh,
No song can
lads,
do that.
we're only like 5 seconds in.
Sorry, Bertie. Sorry. We'll keep it clean for another 5 seconds. Right, go on.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
It is episode 58.
Oh my goodness.
You're very loud. Let me turn you down.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to project my voice.
Yeah, well, that was a bit of feedback we got,
Yeah.
alright.
What's Pauletta's package? Or what's Pauletta's picture doing in your backpack?
Jesus.
Stop with the peas.
Enunciation.
How you were doing an intro? Sorry.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's episode 58. I'm all fixed now. I'm not too loud, am I?
No,
No,
all
no,
good.
you're
You
good.
sound lovely.
I
You're all
hope
fixed.
everyone listened to episode 57. Bert nauseous.
Oh, Bertie.
I actually was like a fan last week because obviously I wasn't here when you picked it, and it was like all brand new information to me.
Yeah, yeah.
It was cool.
No way. Did you look at Acast before you heard the intro? Before you listened to it?
No, I played it because I was matching up some of the video stuff.
Ah, right. So you knew it was called the Bird Nosh.
Yeah, I seen it, but I still had a laugh on Tuesday morning.
Very good.
We talked about Richard Hammond's video about near-death experiences
Yeah.
last week.
The hamster.
Yeah.
Very deep.
So make sure to check that out, and our full back catalogue available at Spotify and wherever you may get your podcast at the moment.
Can I just stop you there? It's catalog back, I think, is what you meant to say.
Catalogue back.
Do you remember when you used to do that? Everything was backwards.
Yes, that was pre episode 50.
You don't give a shit about being sued anymore. You're just like,
No,
yeah.
So make sure to rate, like, share, follow, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you see it. You can drop us an email, but it's better to drop us a DM on the old Instagram.
Slip on into our DMs. Is that the right?
No,
You're
slide.
in
Slide.
some mood today, boy.
Slide.
Slip and slide. There's not much difference in that, is there?
Slipping and sliding.
Slip inside. It's,
This is like going up the road and going out the
Out.
road.
Down
Remember
the
that? Slide into the DMs. Slip. What's
Yeah.
slipping into the DMs? Is that a little bit more?
That'd be total accidental.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's like you're messaging someone else.
That's
but
like in a story.
How would you accidentally message someone
you're stalking their profile, you press message by accident.
Yeah.
and then just start typing random?
If you're going through
Oh,
stories,
Send. Oh,
if you're going
shit.
through stories and you like their story or something,
Oh,
Or
have you,
react.
have you ever done that?
I probably have. Known to myself.
Have you ever like done something online where all of a sudden there's like a cold sweat across you? You're like, oh,
I just switch off the phone and try to It never happened. It never happened.
Snap the phone in two.
Light a match, turn the fire into a pot. Yeah, yeah.
That's not how the internet works, lads.
No.
Does in my brain.
The internet never forgets.
No, it does not. How was your weekends, boys?
Yeah, Graham was down in Offaly again on well, we were actually in Westmeath because we were down at Athlone.
All right.
So after about 20 years of not being in Athlone, I went back to Athlone.
Yeah.
Well, in the college anyway.
Right.
Much different than when I was there between 2003 2006. So we were there from 9 until about 1 o'clock.
9 until 1.
Yeah.
Doing what? Just
they all got tested and fitness tested, and then we were out in the pitch and doing a bit of training.
Are the facilities top notch down there? Is that the main place to train?
They have a proper like sports building that's like a commercial sports building, and like it's got an inside athletics track like with a little stand and chairs and everything, big windows that you can see out onto the pitches and everything. It's class.
Deadly.
Yeah, and there's all like labs for testing and stuff in there as well, which is really good. Yeah, and then on Saturday made a feeder for the lambs and brought it up to them.
Right.
Homemade job out of an IBC cage.
Okay, what's IBC cage?
So an IBC, well, I don't know what IBC stands for, but you see
Irritable
these.
bowel syndrome.
I don't know. These
nice
tanks.
syndrome.
No, that's not.
Do you see these tanks on that they fill it with water, like on building sites and stuff?
Yeah.
So the big plastic tanks, but they're usually in like a metal cage.
Oh yeah.
So I bought one of them. Took the tank over, left it with the cage, put a little barrel in the middle, put all the silage around the barrel, and put a tarp over to keep it dry.
Yeah.
And brought it up, and they're all picking the silage over.
Lovely.
Yeah, it only cost me 70 quid.
That might tie into our subject today.
Exactly.
We're talking about silage, is it?
Silage.
Feeding.
Who says it that way? Yeah, so we won't say the topic yet, will we? We're talking about the weekends.
What was your weekend, John?
I actually did something to do with our subject as well. I floored the hallway of my mother and father's house.
Oh, look at us doing research for our podcast.
Yeah.
Is that 2 weeks in a row you're doing that?
Yeah, I did the living room the first week, first Saturday, and then the hallway then the next Saturday.
You're such a good son.
What can I say?
Do you have brothers?
Yes.
And did they chip in as well?
No, he's a mechanic. You see, I'm the carpenter. He's a mechanic.
Oh right, okay.
So
you're the carpenter.
We share.
You did carpentry in as a FOSS course, did you? As an apprenticeship, sorry.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. But long story anyway, but I quit the FOSS course because I was offered a lot more money to work with some guy. And
during the good times.
Doing what though?
Carpentry.
Oh right, okay, same thing.
But he just said, look,
it wasn't Bertie doing leaflets or something for TM Fitness.
He literally just said to me one day, look, I need a carpenter, but I need it to be full time. I don't want to send you through college. And I went, well, how much do you pay me? He went, well, I'll pay you a fully qualified wage. So okay, so I quit.
Why did he do that?
I think he was just doing so, like it was the Celtic Tiger days. He was literally just
lashing the money out.
He had wads of 50s. Like he was doing. Put it this way, I think one time he was doing roofing. We were doing roofs, and we did one roof a day.
What?
And he was getting $4,000 cash per roof.
Oh.
Jesus. And that's putting the trusses up, and then just all the woodwork on the roof.
So 12 trusses, and then just secure the trusses. It was literally, and he'd use a chainsaw.
No way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
pure Celtic Tiger.
Pure like
craftsmanship there.
One per day he was
fired them up. Was this estates?
Yeah, estates. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
and do you think in hindsight you would have been a carpenter? JC carpentry.
That's why I got into it.
JC.
You know, if you want to walk in Jesus' footsteps.
There's a jingle there. Yep. Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. Well, not really. No.
No.
I just got into it because it was good money back then. Really good money back then.
I think that was everyone's. I've talked about this before, but I did plumbing briefly. But same as was thinking. Well, no, I was just shit at everything else. So I decided I'm going to be a plumber. I'll try.
I was really bad at carpentry. Like don't say I was like really good at carpentry because I was good at carpentry. No, it's not. I was terrible.
Oh,
You're just trying it.
I done the civil engineering. That's where I was in that loan. Civil engineering degree.
Yeah, you're a little bit above us, I think. We were more in at the ground floor. I think you were.
Oh yeah,
you're coming in a little bit above us in terms of trades.
Yeah,
like
the boss man.
Yeah.
Just throw that in there.
Imagine we ended up in a job and he was our boss.
Yeah. Jesus.
Completely different JB Waffle Hour.
BJ Waffle Hour. My weekend was grand, lads.
Good.
I was actually in Athlone as well.
Oh my god.
Saturday night we were in Athlone for our very last.
That's why it was shook on Sunday morning.
Oh, it was in bits. Very last midnight gig in Athlone. That's us done there now. Thank God. It's a brilliant venue. Place is class. Piano bar Athlone. But
the same owners as the Palace.
Yeah. They're all the same. There's three
Is
palaces.
it on different levels? Because there used to be one downtown called Bozo's. I was all on different levels.
It's there. Well, it has to be in that place, isn't it? It's all like hills everywhere. Sunday morning then. After playing until midnight, got home about 4:30, 5. Back up at 9 o'clock into the Solstice in Navan to do the winter concert for for the music school.
Oh, it was a rough day, was it?
That was all day. No, it was actually grand. It was great. The solstice is some... No, I was doing sound and lights. Coming to Dublin in the very near future, if it's not open already, a pet-friendly bar.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can bring your dog, you can bring your cat, anything you want into the bar drinking with you. Right, go on.
No, I was trying to come up with a name there, but I don't think it's going to...
All right, okay. Well, it's called Fidelity Bar. Is opening...
Nothing to do with dogs and cats.
No,
and
nothing.
Animals.
Woofer's return, no?
That's pretty good, yeah. Smithfield. It's coming to Smithfield soon. So,
so it's not open yet?
No, not open yet. It's due to open.
And did you just serve dog drinks?
No, it's for humans. But you're allowed to bring your dog in with you. But the question...
But is there stuff there for dogs to do?
I'm sure there is. I'm just looking
other
at
dogs.
Or do you just buy them a pack of bacon fries and leave them in the corner?
No,
that's
other
bad
dogs
for dogs
to do.
Exactly, yeah. Kids do.
No, I'd imagine there's things for feeding
Put them
dogs.
in the corner with Sidona and...
What would you do, like, if you're out on a night out with your dog in this place at 3 or 4 in the morning, you're hammered just after having loads
Ride
of
him home.
on the back of the dog. Find out, bring me
Giddy
home.
up.
But it'd be good, though. Imagine if you're out drinking and you just, like, you forget where you're going and your dog
You
just
want a smart dog.
walks you home. Well, yeah, actually, my dog would just stand there looking at me going, when are you going to feed me?
My dog would be like in its loan. I smell a Scotty here.
But why would he smell me?
He smelled you once you were in the house.
Oh, God.
Just follows you that alone.
I did not.
You have this...
I did not do anything.
You have this memorable...
pheromone.
Yeah, pheromone.
But I'm just wondering, would there be like fights with the dogs in the bar, like aggressive dogs in the bar and stuff, and it'd be interesting to go in and see what the dynamic is in there.
Yeah, there could be like other things happening between the dogs.
That's the other thing.
Or if you're fighting with a guy, you could just set the dog on him.
Imagine, like John Wick.
Yeah,
John Wick.
John Wick's dog.
Oh, that was a little puppy, wasn't it, actually? I'm thinking of a different movie. What was the one? Oh, Old Man. Have you seen Old Man?
That's 2 weeks in a row we've mentioned John Wick.
Yeah.
Oh, I never put my phone on silent, I don't know.
Old Man is...
It's okay, we're not that formal.
Oh, God. Big Lebowski. I can't even think of his name.
Big Lebowski, yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, yeah.
He's in it now.
I haven't seen Old Man yet.
It is brilliant.
I'm watching Jack Ryan. You see, I want to finish that.
Oh, it's brilliant.
First, yeah.
What season is that on? 3? No.
It's on third season. I'm only on the first season, like literally the third episode.
Yeah. It's great. I finished 2 seasons of that.
Okay. Not the third one yet, though.
No, I didn't.
We just finished Wednesday.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't
really
it?
Good.
Yeah, very well written.
Yeah.
Bertie's busy there.
Sorry,
okay, let's move on.
Sorry, it's important.
A big enough announcement is that Irish professional contracts being introduced for the first time in women's football history.
Yes.
See that?
Yes.
Yeah. What's your thoughts there, Bertie? Jeez, you were very forward. I think this is fantastic. And speaking, if I may, on behalf of App Boy Celtic, who has a women's senior team starting for the first time next year.
Yes.
It's fantastic that there's the outlet for women of all ages, all the way up to that level, that the facilities are there. Because I was talking to a Gaelic coach last week, and he was saying, like, back when we were young, there was no facilities for girls whatsoever.
None.
No.
The lads could go out and play whatever they wanted, but the girls were just like, yeah, just go
Well, when
do
I
something.
When I started, just to show you how far it was, like when I started playing soccer first, like every second week you'd be going to a place that had no change rooms.
Yeah,
and getting changed cars. So that was the lads. So you can imagine then.
Yes, yeah.
Just to say how far maybe the ladies' facilities was gone as well. Like.
Yeah. The facilities, again, speaking from my boy, the facilities are outstanding.
They got rid of the container.
It's in a different pitch now. So they have a new complex down at as you come into the town. Cow Parks is what it's called.
Which road's that on?
The Navan Road, behind the secondary school there, the new secondary school.
Yeah.
So there's 2 AstroTurf pitches.
And did they use the one on the Clocky Road at all?
They do. That's like a second pitch. They do little bits
excellent.
up there as well. But the new clubhouse and everything, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And I know that like the FAI are helping out a lot of places as well, just getting up and running.
Used to be in that change room in the container, no lights in like maybe November when it was a winter league. Trying to change it, and then you go in and you might be wet or rain, trying to change your. Oh, it was a nightmare altogether.
You remember those days when it's like freezing cold and you get a smack of a ball right in the thigh, the inner thigh?
Yeah.
No, never felt it.
Kel's Blackwater used to be the same.
No. We'll go out the back and smack the ball around this.
Kel's Blackwater used to be the same with the containers. And you used to go in there, and it used to be that dark. And like I'd play with Park Celtic, and all our gear would be black. And you'd be trying to figure out like, have I all my gear in my bag? It's dark.
You walk out of the pitch in your boxers and a pair of white socks.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
No top on.
The next day, just loads of clothes all over the ground. Empty
But
locker.
the thing about the League of Ireland is that
so go on. What's your thoughts?
just the thing that there's a lot of ladies that are really good at GA and are really good at soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably going to sway them now.
To head towards
The soccer. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Because, well, I mean, it's not like the GAA are hurting for money. If that's something that influences the fundamentals of your game, then offer the money.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying that's going to come up. Like I'm sure people are going to be talking. To me, it doesn't matter. It's just a point that I'm bringing up.
Yeah, and I hope it does.
Oh yeah, fair play if you go and you can make money.
Yeah.
Because there is quality in it, and the more money that's like around it, hopefully the better the standard is then, and you'll keep them interested. And as you said, it's a good pathway then. So then hopefully you'll see like little clubs like that are maybe have no ladies team will now have a ladies team.
Yeah,
which would be good.
It's brilliant. All good all around for the ladies.
Great.
Last one then. All companies involved in Irish 4-day work week trial, continuing with the 4-day work week. Apparently,
nine of them said indefinitely, and 3 of them said for the next little while.
Yeah, which means we'll give it another try for a little bit. But brilliant idea. Have you guys been trying that?
Not every company can do it.
Be able to do it just because we're a retail store.
Your IT crowd could do it though. IT department maybe.
I don't even know because the website still runs on the day off. So if something goes wrong, who's going to be there? Technically, we'd love to have the IT guys on 7 days a week. Can't.
Yeah.
And did they ever work from home, or are they always on
they're
site?
all from home.
Oh, they're
all work from home. Everybody.
That's amazing. That's one good thing. I've been talking to so many people over the last year and saying that COVID brought on this whole.
Even Minute, there's still people working from home. So like you have IT, finance,
the
HR,
janitor.
all them, basically anything like. And I think they come in for meetings and stuff. And some I think might have 3 in and 2 at home or whatever way it works with some of them. But I'm not sure whether any of that ever happened before COVID.
No, I doubt it.
No, working from home would have been
and you see, with IT now as well, they can do like give you the code and they can control your computer. You don't even have to be sitting there doing anything like.
Yeah, with Microsoft Teams, you'd be showing them something on the computer, and they'll just say, "Oh, can I take that over?" Yeah, go ahead, and then they'll show you, click around your screen.
Yeah.
While you're talking to you, so it's
Ghost Mice.
It makes sense because IT companies or even the IT sections in companies were doing that from the same building. They were taking over your computer and doing stuff from like another floor.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense like that they were even in the same building anyway.
Now we do miss the connection in the sense that like we have a website. So technically I'd love to be able to sit with the guy and go, you see this part and you see that. You can't do that over the phone.
Yeah. You could through Zoom though, couldn't you?
Yeah.
It's just nothing better than the finger.
You
point at it.
There's a t-shirt slogan.
And
there's nothing better than the finger.
Shit.
Outdoorliving.ie. There's nothing better than the finger.
I'll pass it by the team and
see what they say anyway.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be one of our t-shirts.
That'll be our slogan for Get Back to Work.
I can just imagine, look, your face on the t-shirt and there's nothing better than the finger.
Memo sent out. We need you all to get back into work. And a picture of me with my thumb up. There's nothing better than the finger.
But what about, say, IT guys that smell? It's probably a good thing that they stay at home.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, we haven't had that experience. Our IT guys actually were nice.
But
I
think it's good for everybody. I think if you're working 4 days a week, because they said like the productivity and all the work still got done, people are still getting the same money, and they're actually happier because like yourself, Friday evening comes, you relax, Saturday, Sunday, and now you're going to work on Monday.
Well, I mean, another thing as well is like traffic as well has lessened. I know it's gone back to kind of somewhat where it was before, but it's definitely a lot less than it was. But it's good for everyone commuting too.
Companies can save money because they don't need as big offices anymore. They can do all this hot desk.
But I am going to complain a little. Like obviously, I'm a fan of people work from home because it's great.
Yeah.
But the people that can't work from home, they're heroes as well because like
absolutely,
they have to drive and sit in traffic.
Well, heroes is a bit far, but like I get
heroes,
what you're saying.
Yeah, but it'd be a job.
That everyone could be a hero. What's going to happen if there's a fire and a firefighter comes in and just saves someone? What word
you can do it remotely as well.
You're not a hero because the IT person's a hero for going into work. I used that word already.
Yeah. The fire drone comes in with a little hose.
2 second burst.
That's a good one. Jobs that you can't do from home.
Yeah.
See if you can make them remote.
Massage therapist.
Prostitutes.
Jesus.
I wonder can the massage
Probably could do that
therapist
from home,
do it
actually.
from home though and just tell you what to do? Put your arm on your shoulder. Squeeze.
Now put the oil. No, not there. Not there. Take. No. So it's DIY.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about DIY, maybe things that we've done, things that's not gone well, stories you've seen. You always are good at looking up the history of DIY. You're always good with facts. I'll bring the TikTok DIY stories.
I have the mysterious. What does DIY stand for? you keep listening.
You've got the mysterious. What is he going to say next vibe about you?
Yeah, I don't even know.
But like, are you any good at it? Is there people out there that are useless? Do you think that it's like DIY is a man's thing? Do you think like women can do DIY? Oh, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because like there's some great people like DIY is for everybody. But I think over lockdown and all that and being at home, DIY probably got a lot better. Because I was looking up the history of DIY, and it came from when people were like laid off in the 20s and 30s.
Yes.
And they were at home and they had to save money and they started making toys and got into hobbies and stuff like that. Sorry, cutting across.
You just stole all of my facts.
I think we're done now, are we?
Yeah, that's it. Let's go home.
So it did happen over lockdown and stuff, and I would have been always. Is it a country thing? Do people in towns not do as much DIY? Like, what do you think? Is gardening DIY? Is DIY more like what John said about doing the floors and doing things like that? Where is the line on DIY into gardening, into hobbies? You know.
Okay, so I think that it depends on where you are. I think maybe financially or where you live. But DIY is something that you would traditionally bring someone else in to do, and you do it yourself.
Okay.
So say if the washing machine breaks, you go, okay, instead of calling that guy, I'm going to look this up unless it voids my warranty. I'm going to look up how to fix this, get the washers, and go and do that myself.
I think that's it literally is it. Like, do it yourself. Like, see, that's just for the listeners at home.
Spoilers.
You
Is
see,
that what it means?
I spoiled it. But yeah, get someone else. Instead of getting someone else, you do it yourself.
Yeah.
Get someone else. GSE.
GSE. So GSE or DIY?
Yeah.
Have you ever had someone come into the house to do something DIY-ish, and you're there as well, and you feel totally useless as a man because they're doing a job that you probably could do?
No.
Really?
Yeah, well, I got someone in, but I was quite proud. I know, like, I won't do electrics.
Oh, well,
do
that's
everything
just
but
stupid,
electrics.
yeah.
So I got an electrician in.
Yeah.
Never
so
touch electrics.
So
yeah.
like sock or plugs, like fuses,
Yeah.
grand. Bulbs, grand. If it's rewiring.
Sorry, do you mean changing bulbs?
Yeah.
All right, that's not DIY. That's just a normal household thing.
Well, that's what
That's
I'm
like
saying.
washing
What
your
is? Yeah. So what is?
Well, you wouldn't get someone in to change your bulbs.
No, but some people do.
No, they
Like
don't.
Oh, they do.
What is this job? What's it described as?
What? You get an electrician in.
Like,
to
is there a
change
guy that drives around in vans
Well,
changing
there's
bulbs?
like handyman, isn't there?
Oh, there is actually. Didn't I see something on
Handyman.
on Instagram? There was during lockdown. There was a lady who was hiring out her husband to go to people's houses to go and do like DIY and handyman stuff, and he's earning like a serious living out of it now.
Was he paying tax?
I don't know.
But where's the line for being a handyman and needing to be qualified?
Yeah, that's the thing.
So like you can put in your Triton without really being an electrician.
True. I
Yeah.
did that myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you wanted to like bring a new socket from like there over to there over different corners,
Forget
that
about
probably is
I'd give it a go.
more
Would you
an
really?
electrician.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. As long as as long as I didn't have to do like the thing, dig out the wall and put it behind.
Oh, the Jason.
I do a truncheon.
Oh
or whatever
yeah,
it is.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
trunken.
A trunken.
Deducting.
I do one of them
Reducting, yeah.
and put it there, but that's the minimal thing that doing it as a DIY guy would do.
Do you know what's
Couldn't do it as good.
There's going to be lads who are and I know there's someone who listens to us and he works with Robbie. I'm going to try and I'll look up his name now in a second. And he is going to be listening to this going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Us using incorrect terms and
Yeah.
be like, oh, I'd give that a try. Real simple stuff. And us thinking we're really manly.
I don't know the difference between 220 volt and what's the other one.
See, we're going to find
That's
out.
why I don't do electrics.
So yeah.
No, all voltage in houses in Ireland are the same. It's in Europe that's different. That's why you need different sockets
Right.
or different plugs when you
Where
go traveling.
the UK and Ireland are different.
Yeah, and then you have different voltage for like truck lights and car lights.
Oh, Jesus.
So they're different bulbs. So you can't put like a truck bulb into a a car, like, because I think that's 24 volt for trucks and 12 volts for cars.
All right.
So, yeah.
But DIY, definitely, yeah. I'd give a lot of stuff a go. If I had the tools.
Yeah, and you're looking at YouTube, of course, as well. There's loads of...
YouTube is great. But
like,
if you didn't have the tools, you'd do a bad
I
job.
learned to do spray painting. Now, look, before anybody says... I would never be good enough
You'd
to charge.
never be good enough.
But
oh, sorry. What is it?
But when it's yourself, and even I know, like, I looked at it and it's not perfect, but when it's yourself, there's like a standard that's acceptable for yourself. But if you had paid someone else to do it, it wouldn't be good enough. Like,
yeah.
So like I learned with the spray, and even with all the sheep things as well. Like, I looked all that up on YouTube as well, and you nearly find a video that's someone for everything. Like, it's mad. Like.
Now, is there anything that you've done when you've been like, shit, I really shouldn't have done that?
Yeah, when I cut the hole in the floor of the Mini, and then I realised that welding's really hard.
after you got the hole.
After I cut the hole.
So have you learned from that mistake, and you're not going to do that again, or have you gone?
I don't know. You just keep practicing.
Right. Okay.
You know.
Loads of stuff.
So like I went down and obviously had the welder the wrong thing, and the hole was a certain size, and then the hole was bigger instead of smaller when I was finished.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh man. Did you ever see that YouTube ad of the DIY dad? And his company name is Couple of Days.
No.
And he does a job and he doesn't finish. He goes, do that in a couple of days. And then he carries on with the next job, does 95%. I'll do the rest of it in a couple of days. It's very funny. It's funnier when you watch the video, not when I do it.
And did you ever do like any like block work, paving?
No,
but
I want to do it because I have a raised planter to do in the back garden, but I'll be doing that someday.
Yeah, no, paving, not that. Like, we paved all out the back and on the front of but like Dad taught me how to do that. Like, and I worked with Grange paving and decking for a while as well.
I did the paving for the greenhouse.
Yeah, I done a bit of paving. Yeah, you see, as I said, when you're like, you can take your time. So like, you done that over a couple of weekends or whatever, and you learn how to do it, and like, you don't mind because you're not time sensitive. Yeah. Like, if it's wrong and you lay it down, you can take it back up. So, like, just have a go, because I'm sure there's loads of people that say, oh, no, can't do that. But when you actually think about it and, like, see maybe a YouTube video or ask someone how to do it, you'll be able to do it.
Would you change a sink?
A sink, that's all right to change.
Change a sink, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, even what if the taps were, like, wider than the other tap and the copper pipes weren't in the right position? What would you do then?
Move the pipes?
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, you get a fitting. If like, what was there are inch and they're going to 1.5 like.
Well, oh yeah, you can.
Yeah, like because I was changing. I'm only saying it because we did our kitchen, and I changed the sink. It's very complicated. Like.
Well, here's the big thing: turn off the water first. So you go to the
I couldn't turn off the water.
You couldn't find. The
I turned off every stopper and valve in the thing. I think there's like so much lime in the system it wouldn't close properly. It was always dribbling.
There's a main one for the house though. You can turn it off.
I went outside. Did that. Water was just magically coming from somewhere.
I think if you're going to try anything, always make sure you either put off the mains gas, the mains electricity, or the mains water.
See, my wife says it as well, and I say it. The Creans, my family, we've a curse when we do something DIY-ish.
Right.
Is that because you had all the servants and stuff to do it at the start, so you never learned?
Yeah.
Turn it in the grave.
It's not in our blood. It's not in our blood. But there's always something that happens in the sense that, let's say when you're floor and you measure it like 72 inches. You go out, you cut it 72 inches, you cut it, brilliant. You bring it in, it's 68 inches.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And then you go, or let's say when I change the thing,
measure twice, cut once.
I did that. Just little curses, or like you're trying to do something and then you realize that, or you bought something in the hardware, it took you forever, but you brought it back home and it's like half an inch too small, or every time I try to do DIY, there's something silly that happens.
So what I'm hearing is that you're not preparing properly.
Fail to prepare.
Like
you're not setting yourself up. I was doing something. I was doing something with Robbie over the weekend, and he was putting in posts for the front. You seen him there doing that?
Gorgeous.
He's like Robbie and the mask and the cape.
He'll
the
do,
DIY
he'll
man.
do anything. He puts roofs up.
He probably just slammed the post down with his hand.
But he was saying that like the biggest, most of my DIY stuff actually I've just learned from him, to be honest. Went in and him building stuff.
The magic of him though, he probably doesn't even know how to do it first. He just invents the way on how to do it.
Yeah, he just has these common sense when it comes to those things.
Yeah.
But he was saying the biggest thing, obviously, first of all, is that you have the tools for the job. There's no point in even going near the job if you don't have the tools. If you have something that's like, oh, that might do. it's going to make it 10 times worse. And you're going to end up like
It's
going.
same what you were saying about the mics and all stuff at the start, like
Yeah,
get going. Like
It has to have proper gear. But then he was saying that you have to set yourself up for the job. So there's no point in starting something if you haven't got all of your tools, all of your equipment, anything that you might need to get that job done. It needs to be there rather than kind of going, oh, I'll start this job and then be like, oh, I have to go down to the hardware now and go get this. But you have to think out the job, plan out the steps, and make sure you have everything in the place and do things at the right time.
Yeah.
So there's no point in going and doing like, I'm going to cut all this shit now and then I'll go back and do this. It has to be in order. And if you do that, then everything should be fine, according to Robbie.
And where do you think is the line then? So changing light bulbs, putting washer fluid in your car.
All good so far? Yeah. Do you want to keep on going and I'll tell you when I
Yeah.
finish
That's
that?
awesome.
Are those DIY jobs? No.
No, that's normal maintenance stuff.
Oh, that's maintenance.
That's maintenance, yeah.
Okay. So putting up a garden shed.
Oh, you're getting into DIY there, yeah.
That's DIY?
Yeah, well, it depends if it's something that's like flat pack.
I would consider it DIY, yeah.
Yeah, like a...
I don't know. If it's like IKEA stuff, that's not really DIY. That's more... It's like assembly.
IKEA stuff could be DIY.
Really?
Putting a cabinet together from IKEA?
Sorry, I can't.
A cabinet?
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so.
it
Like
is-
it's
no.
very much just kind of you put it in and
yeah,
you...
but go back a bit, because you're saying it's not DIY, but you're technically going to IKEA to do it yourself rather than going to a wardrobe shop and buying a pre-made wardrobe.
Yeah, I suppose.
So technically you're going to IKEA so you can do it yourself.
I guess maybe it's the level of effort you have to put in maybe to do the job.
Okay, putting in a new zip in your trousers.
Ooh, that's tough. I could do it. I just...
Is that DIY
I
though?
just haven't.
Or is it maintenance?
I'd put it on upside down.
That's more...
That's what I do.
Put the zipper on your shirt.
It would still work though.
It would still work,
It
but
would, yeah.
it might be a bit dangerous.
Yeah, those type of things, especially if you're going to be wearing them around the place.
Okay.
You don't want a zipper just randomly failing on you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like working with kids and stuff. You have to have your zippers working.
So painting a house in your room. A room in your house.
DIY.
Ah, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because you hire painters to paint.
Painting's not that hard.
It's not hard.
Wallpaper
But
is
you
tricky,
could hire
but
a
it's still
Wallpaper
doable.
is tricky.
Yeah.
I've done it though as well.
Because you have to match up.
Changing the oil on the car.
Changing the oil in the car, yeah.
That's something I haven't done,
Oh, okay.
but I know it is possible to do quite easily.
Don't
No, you're not. You don't
That
mean.
would be a DIY though, wouldn't it?
You don't mean.
Like
It
emptying.
probably would, yeah. For most people, I'd say.
Yeah.
You don't mean just putting new oil in the car.
No,
you
I
mean
could
draining
taking
it
out the
in
old
a
oil.
sump. Yeah.
Changing the filter.
Be careful not to
Change
put
filters.
too much oil in the nephew. Oh, God.
What did you oil all over the engine then?
Yeah, Kyle went and he got like 5 litres of oil and put the whole 5 litres in.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Shit.
Too much oil is bad for the car. He like filled it up.
He didn't have a mentor.
Yeah, well, in fairness, he was using his initiative. He wanted to look after his car, which is grand, but he lashed in the 5 and he was looking at the dipstick. But he didn't realise like the 2 lines were on it for like minimum and maximum.
Yeah.
He thought like the dipstick had to be full.
You just should have put the dipstick beside him, taking a picture, and be like, "Now there's 2 dipsticks in this
Yes,
photo."
that's exactly it.
Speaking of that, who would have been your DIY mentors?
Well, that was episode 4.
Yeah, way
Yeah,
back
but
when.
DIY mentors, like as in we're like if you do a DIY, it comes down from somewhere.
Tim the 2-man Taylor.
Yeah. I was about to say,
It
what
could be anybody. It could be a mate. It could be.
What about that guy on RT? Is it Duncan something? Remember with the white hair?
Oh yeah, it's Stewart, was it? No?
Duncan Stewart, was
Was
it?
it? Was his name?
Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, my dad, yeah. Or my granddad as well was good
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
fixing things, little clocks and stuff. He was
Yeah.
very good at that.
Yeah. Granddad's.
But
great.
now it's YouTube, is it?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, nowadays, yeah.
Me and you, John, we put together IKEA wardrobe.
We did in the old house.
Yeah.
And
We're still friends.
didn't work. No. In saying that, sometimes when I do IKEA stuff, I look at it and I'm like, that's easy. And I don't look at the instructions.
I think the mistake we made, the room was very small.
It doesn't work well.
And you do need to lay out everything from it.
It was, yeah. We couldn't upright the wardrobe, wasn't it?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So
That's hilarious.
Yeah. We ran
that
into
was
lots of
unfortunate.
problems.
So it ended up like the room was so small that you opened the door and it went into
Yeah.
the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Now, what about
Class.
tiling the new bathroom?
Tiling
or
is
ensuite?
tiling is very, very hard. Unless you've got a perfectly
Easier than you
square
think.
wall. No.
I DIY'd the tiling myself. so.
Cutting tiles is
My
a
wife
pain in the
tiled.
hood. Really?
She does all the tiling.
Why was I so surprised by that? That was very sexist of me the way I said that. Wasn't
Really?
it?
Yeah.
Really? A woman tiled?
Yeah.
But I find
comes from a long line of good
What
tilers.
is this?
Tilers.
Oh yeah, Lithuanians mad for tiling.
The whole country's just tiles.
Just the roads are tiled and everything.
Tiles everywhere.
The yellow tile road.
Well, she gets it from her mother.
She was a tiler herself, was she?
No, she's some woman. She built an extension onto the house one
No
day.
fucking way.
She did. She's some woman.
Right, go on.
No, building.
Oh, that was the end of the story. Okay.
No, she built an extension inside the house, and the father went away to some power plant in Norway or something like that.
What?
She literally, physically built an extension, wire and lights, the whole lot.
No way.
Yeah, she's some woman.
Dug
Foundations. Put the blockwork up, did a roof, the whole lot.
Get out.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
No, she's some woman now, yeah.
And how did she find out to do that? She was like, nah, I'm just going to do it.
Just stubbornness.
Right, okay.
Pure, this needs to be done, I'm going to do it.
Now she wasted about 50,000 blocks in the process,
Oh,
but
yeah.
she got it done in the end.
Yeah.
Cost about 2 million
Yes.
to put the thing up. And it still isn't wired properly. And there's no windows.
She listens to this, so I
All right.
can't comment on the standard.
Jesus, fair play. That's so
Yeah, no,
good.
she's some woman.
I'm
now.
apprehensive about doing block work. That's something that would worry me, that I'd have like a Leaning Tower Pisa situation.
Would you take on now? It doesn't really work in Ireland, I don't think. But to flip a house, would you take that on?
Turn it upside down, like.
Jeez, wouldn't be strong enough for that.
I've forgotten all the corners. Like,
Would you flip a house? No. After doing this place here in the summer, the amount of work that's involved in turning a place around is ridiculous.
It would be different though if you're turning it round in order to make a profit.
If I didn't have another job, I'd do it. I'd say I'd do it as a job, like.
yeah.
But I wouldn't do it.
Well,
in
like
my spare time.
I suppose it depends. If I had the capital to buy the house, and it was like say structurally sound, and all the electrics were okay, and it was like the floors, painting walls, doing that kind of thing.
Then why is it so cheap? Has someone died
Sounds
there?
like you're not flipping it.
Yeah, that sounds
You're
like
just painting walls.
an expensive house.
You just have to paint over the chalk outline of it. No,
How do you get blood out of the floor?
I follow this lad on TikTok.
Tiles. Put tiles over it.
TikTok from America, and he's like the building inspector.
Right.
And he goes into the houses to sign them off for safety, I think. Houses that were flipped, and the things people like try and get away with. Yeah. He goes over and there's like sockets in the wall, and he just pull out the socket and it's not wired to anything. And then he seen a socket in the floor, and he just lifted it up and you could see down into the basement.
Oh no.
And then like, you know the way the floorboard is going into the corner, and suddenly there's all these like little floorboards.
Yeah.
And just to fill in into corners and everything.
Is it like that? Remember Homer rebuilt Ned Flanders' house, and then the hallway just gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
It's like just the things people like try and
There's
get
a British
away
one
with.
as well. There's some British guy that goes around and does it as well. He's very good.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He just goes around pointing at things. This is atrocious.
All right.
It's hilarious.
And they flip houses.
Yeah.
Right.
No, he doesn't flip houses. He's actual building inspector.
Oh,
as
he's
well.
inspector.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But just talking about DIY and all, there's obviously people that are inept at doing it. Or like, is it just that they think they'll get away with it or not? I have no idea.
Well, I mean, if you're living in the house, are you still talking about flipping?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably just what you can get away with, cheaping out.
Because like just doing DIY, when you do something, you know, oh, that's not a great job. Like, you know, it's not, like, you know.
Yeah. Again, if you're living in the house, you're going to want to do as best a job as possible. But if you're flipping it, then you're probably like, you're trying to make money.
It is possible to build your own house in Ireland. It's just that you need
planning permission.
Yeah, well, apart from that,
qualifications.
But no,
knowledge,
money.
You can build it as long as you follow like
Robbie Kennedy.
As long as it's still safe and you can get someone to sign off on it, like. And it's all checked. So if you do the research and do the work, and obviously it's going to take a long time,
And get an architect.
but you can do it.
And builders.
And engineers.
Well, actually, if you don't need a mortgage, you actually don't need an architect.
No.
As long as you have someone to draw out the plans for you, like, because it's the architect has too much power. Because he signs off with the mortgage to say, oh yeah, well, you can give that much money, or that bit's done, that bit's done. There's too much power.
Do you know what I found out the other day as well? Is that you can build whatever the hell you want without planning permission, and then the only reason that it'll come up is if you have unsound neighbours, or if you go to sell the house.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to apply for retention then.
What happened to that
Retention
big
if you're
giant
gonna sell
house that was built and they had to knock it down?
Yeah, out between Apoy and Navan.
Again, there was complaints about it.
Yeah.
That's why.
And
like
they were in court for years and ended up having to knock it. Like, that was before last Christmas.
Beautiful house.
It was.
Can't believe that they knocked it.
The thing I see with big houses like that nowadays is like, how are they heating that?
Oh yeah,
that's a lot of money to put.
Well, they're trying to tell people that going forward, you're going to have to try and build houses 28% smaller, because houses have got too big
Right.
for like the climate and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're
Because like these big fancy houses, you walk in and they have a big massive hallway with like tables and stuff, but it's not a usable space. It's just like, oh, look what you can see when you come into the house or whatever. I'd rather a small house where you can use all the rooms and stuff.
I love little like cozy cottages and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like you go in and it's like there's loads of stuff on the walls and it's lovely and
Turned
warm.
into our fathers, lads.
I know. Yeah, when I was younger, I would have been like, give me a big mansion and let me just like put a big TV on that
kick
wall.
a basketball and have it not hit anything.
Yeah. There's nothing more not exciting. That's not the word I'm looking for. But to go into a house with a lovely roaring fire, lovely and cozy.
Yeah, and definitely kitchens are a bigger thing now as well. The kitchens, like when you look in the daft and you see the older houses, the kitchens are always really small and like the living space is bigger. Yeah. But now it's the other way around. The living area has to be a nice flow and open plan and stuff like that. Like you know,
open plans are big these days.
That's more important now, I think.
Yeah.
Because the kitchen is the hub of the home, you know.
The hub of the home.
Speaking of open fires, getting the chimney swept this week.
All right.
Today is Monday.
Chimney.
Fired one of the kids up to clean it.
Well,
is that a DIY job?
I don't think it would be technically because you need the tools.
If you tape a load of like cloths to one of your children and go up on the roof,
drop them down,
and just drop them down.
I tried that with the cat and scratched the hell
cat's
out
halfway down with the legs out.
Santa Claus is coming soon, so you need to clean it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's also good for carbon monoxide and reduces the chances of chimney fires.
But isn't it crazy that used to be something in London that kids would do?
Yeah.
Up the chimney you go.
There's a guy here in Avon that does them.
But there were the times.
Right.
Oh yeah. I think that's the guy we're getting to do it.
Oh yeah, he's comes from a long line of chimney cleaners.
Chimney sweeps.
Yeah. I'm really hoping that he comes with like a peak cap and dirty clothes.
Chimney.
Shoes that are broken at the front.
He tapes it up and he does the job.
I'd say he's got loads of money. He's the only bloody chimney sweep in the country, I'd say.
He's tidy now, to be fair.
Thatchers. Do you know any Thatchers?
No, but I did contemplate twice in my life of being a Thatcher.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be a really like fun job to do.
Sounds horrible to me.
Thatchers had to Thatchers had to. There's two, I think, that had to like unretire because nobody's doing it.
Really?
And we're going to lose. Yeah, we're going to lose the thatched cottages in Ireland.
Isn't that sad as
well?
well?
You can't insure the bleeding things.
I suppose they're a bit of a
That's the
hazard.
problem. That's the biggest thing. That's why they're not. You can't insure them.
Yeah,
they're paying thousands of insurance.
Oh, and house insurance.
Yeah.
Go up like
nobody will insure them. Like
go up like straw, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, nobody will insure them.
Yeah,
it's so it's such a great skill, like, and the way you do all the nice designs and stuff on it. It's brilliant.
It's lovely.
I like seeing the one on the Dublin Road. I think there's one on the Dublin Road and Summerhill Road as well.
Oh, yeah. Down west there's obviously more, but
what is DIY good for? Your mental health,
saving money.
Yeah, sometimes it's good for your mental health.
It's
but if you get one of those jobs that's an absolute pig.
If you fail at it, it's bad for your health.
And it snowballs and gets into a bigger job.
Yeah, but there's nothing better than doing something than standing back.
Yeah, that's it too. Like,
sure.
I suppose you need to know your limits too.
That's
on
anything
really, either
right?
your time or your skill level, or because you need really to be able to concentrate and follow instructions. If you're looking at YouTube or whatever, like you can't like race ahead, because there's no point saying like, oh, I want to put like a nice dado rail on that wall, and then like in 2 days time the wall has been knocked and the house is falling down and you have to like redo the house.
Yeah.
So you pick and choose your battles.
Got any DIY projects coming up?
I have too many. To be honest.
Yeah, the extension of the house to do.
Are you going to do it yourself?
No.
Like block work and everything?
No.
It's not DIY then.
Oh, sorry. I thought you just meant like general
the subject.
Sorry, I was drifting there. I won't be doing that job, so that's not DIY. Yeah, there's always stuff to do. Is the garden DIY? Depends on your garden. I suppose.
Like that's what I was saying. Is that gardening or is that DIY?
Would you get someone to do? Would you get a landscaper in to do that?
If it's a big enough job, yeah. If it's something,
but then if you do it yourself, it's DIY then.
Yeah, mowing the lawn.
This has been our whole podcast. Like, if you do it yourself, it's DIY.
So is mowing,
what else can we do?
Is mowing your lawn maintenance or DIY?
Well, you can get someone to do that.
That's true.
Where's your boundary? Because you're quite handy at doing DIY.
You're a civil engineer.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I start doing things and then I'm told it's wrong, and then it gets done by Dad.
Oh right, okay.
That's basically how my DIY experience goes.
Right there.
Yeah.
But it's funny because then when I'm doing things with Sarah, unfortunately, I'm the same.
Right, okay.
It's like Sarah starting to do something. Just give me that.
Oh right, okay.
Give me it.
So is that a learned behaviour, or is that just maintenance?
No, I think that it's because I don't know whether it's Dad's not like as bad anymore because I have learned to do stuff.
Right, okay, yeah. So he actually knows.
Yeah, but I like spending time with Dad and doing things anyway. But it's like I'd rather teach by showing you how to do it and then you doing it rather than talking from behind you. I don't think that's great.
Yeah.
I'd rather be like, oh, like, so say if there's a number of things to do, right, well, I'll do it first and see and talk you through it, and then for you to do it, rather than standing over someone's shoulder and say, oh, no, it's this. Is it,
Well, that's infuriating for them as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Although at the same time, if they're trying to do it and you're just like, give me that, that's kind of annoying too.
But Sarah likes doing things now as well, and she never had any tools in her house. So for the last few birthdays and Christmases, I have bought her tools.
Oh, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. What's on the? Oh no, she's going to listen to this, isn't she?
Well,
I'd say
hopefully.
what's on the thing for this year, but you can't say that.
Yeah, no, I can't. Not yet. Because I think a house needs a certain amount of tools.
Right. So what's the tools that a house needs? Minimum.
Hammer.
Hammer. Yeah.
Saw.
Yeah.
WD-40.
I don't have any WD-40.
WD-40
And duct tape.
That's it for everything.
I don't have either of them things.
Pliers.
I have pliers.
A screwdriver.
Yeah.
A face tester.
Yeah. I have one of them. I've used it many times.
Allen keys.
Measuring tape.
Measuring tape, yeah, crucial.
I'm always losing the Allen keys.
Allen keys.
I always never have the Allen key that I need.
And
it's always that one missing, isn't it?
The hex ones as well.
Yeah.
Hex ones as well. I'm always breaking them. Can't get a good quality one.
Vice grips.
And make sure, like, when you use
Farmer's
tools,
toolbox.
you put them back in the right place.
That's it's
otherwise you are going to lose them.
Again, infuriating if someone takes the tools.
Oh, do you know what's the worst? Is when you open the box upside down.
Oh, I've done that so many times.
Or you go to lift up your toolbox and the handle.
It's open.
Or the latch.
But there's a nice feeling. Where do you think that feeling comes from? Is it like little kids when you're a little boy watching your dad do stuff around the place? There's a nice accomplishment of finishing off a job, isn't there?
We talked about it over 2 weeks ago with the toys and stuff about Meccano.
And
things like that. So I'm sure it comes from that or feeds through.
Is there anything better than getting your drill and going
and pretending you're a robot?
Yeah,
I do that all the time.
Never done the robot thing.
Oh really? You don't pretend?
No, I'm going to do that now.
It's about 90% of the work my drill gets done is pretending for me to be a robot.
Battery's dead again.
Yeah, the ones with the lights on them now, they didn't have. I had a Makita one there for years. Didn't have a light on, so
they're great.
So even the little ones have lights now.
Yeah.
Do they?
Little's getting cheeky now though. You have to buy the battery and the charger separately from the drill.
Oh, that didn't happen to me. No. I have a good little drill. It's perfect.
I'd be apprehensive about buying stuff in Lidl like that.
Their tools are amazing. They're really good.
Yeah.
I'd swear by them now.
Right.
I'm surprised, but like I've had the drill over 4 years now, and it's perfect.
It never gets used, but it's still perfect.
Oh yeah, like it's as clean as it is.
Perfect.
It's spotless, and I go out to wipe it every now and again. Lovely.
My drill.
Get a pen, and we'll go for a pint of Guinness.
I'll do that, yeah. Mickey McKay, just do a shout out to Mickey McKay. He listens to the podcast.
Mickey has a digger, doesn't he? Or teleporter he drives.
That's who I was talking about earlier on. So Robbie was in work one day on the site, and our voices were like blaring around the building site. He couldn't figure out where the fuck it was coming from. And he walked over to a digger, and it was us playing in the digger.
No
but
way.
it was Mickey McKay listening to the podcast. So
Class.
shout out to Mickey.
How are you, Mickey?
Okay.
Legend.
Will we go?
Yeah, I distracted you there.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
It's that time, you know the name. It's the reason we all came. Find the words that are the same. It's that time to play the waffle game.
Scotty, can you name the 5 key words to do with Glenroe?
Biddy, Miley, Glenroe, sheep, farmland, RTE, RT1, RT2, tractor, stew, Irish stew, pub, Guinness, woolen jumpers.
Nothing to do with Glenroe.
Oh really? Are Biddy and Miley on Glenroe?
They're on Glenroe, yeah.
All right, Biddy and Miley breaking up. Divorce.
Oh, there's your time up. Okay.
I never watched Glenroe in my life.
Oh really?
No.
That was our sign for going to bed after Glenroe.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you want to start your own 30 seconds?
Get you in the mood.
Yeah, I'll start.
Yeah, okay.
Get you in the mood for bed, huh?
Okay.
Watching Biddy and Miley rolling
John,
around.
topic B. Can you name the 5 key words to do with Ballygastangel?
I've never once watched Ballygastangel.
Yeah. Oh, no, actually, I've got 0 as well.
There's a guy that kissed an angel in it.
His name's Bally.
It's British, it's UK, it's Irish, it's
Irish,
on RT1, it's on RT2, TV3, TG Cahar.
Pat Kenny.
Village, small village. Declan, Mary,
Mary
Roach, Deirdre.
Time.
Okay,
Tig.
there's your time up. John.
Wasn't Colin Farrell originally on Ballykissangel?
Oh, you might have got one there.
Yeah.
Damn it! I've never actually watched Ballykissangel.
Okay, so Ballykissangel, John.
Yes.
You missed Avoca, where it was filmed.
Oh, I didn't know that was in Avoca.
You missed. It was actually on the BBC first.
Was it in the Avoca shop? They filmed it. Was
No, there's a place called
Yeah, I
Avoca.
know. Yeah,
That's in Wicklow, is it?
It's a lovely,
Yeah,
lovely
Wicklow, yeah.
spot there. It's lovely, yeah.
You get a point for that.
Father Peter Clifford,
Still don't know.
Assumpta Fitzgerald, the two
Assumpta.
important
With the
ones.
blue jumper.
They were only in maybe the first 3 seasons, but it was based kind of on them at the start.
Yeah.
And then Colin Farrell was in it as well.
Some lad,
Okay.
Colin.
Did I get one at least?
No.
No, you got 0.
Okay, Scotty.
Yes,
Well,
it's
if,
there.
you
Topic
if you
A.
said Biddy or Miley, that's it. You win.
Yeah, pretty
No.
much, yeah.
Billy Byrne.
Yeah! Woo!
Should have the full name. Half a
And
point.
Miley
Yeah.
Byrne.
Yeah, 2.
Sunday nights. Because it was
Okay.
on Sunday nights.
I
didn't know that.
RT.
Oh, I'm going to get 4.
And Wicklow.
Oh, I didn't get that one.
I didn't know it was in Wicklow.
I didn't know that either, actually.
Ballykissangel, so up the road.
Yeah.
Or down the road.
So what did I get? 3
Yeah, you got 3.
on Glen Road.
Yeah, fair play.
Mad.
Fucking Ballykissangel. I can't believe it. I should have went first. I would have got more.
Yeah, you would have won that easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next
That's-
week, Blur versus Oasis.
Remember the scissors.
All right, next week.
Remember the scissors. All right, we go shell bumps.
Shell bumps.
Did you know that cruise ships have to have their own morgues?
It makes sense.
Look at
Makes
your face.
sense.
Well, I suppose you're on cruise ship for 3 weeks, eh?
Yeah, so cruises are known for their vacational lure, but also they're a very popular form of leisure activity. And basically because there's so many old people that go on cruises, the likelihood of someone actually passing away is pretty high. Let me find if I can. They're spending longer time. Yeah, basically that's it. So there's a room on every cruise ship where you can store bodies. Apparently,
Oh, wow.
isn't that messed up?
What's it called?
The morgue,
Oh.
the floating morgue. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's insane.
Okay, there
That's
you go.
where I'd want to go.
Did you know there's a toilet museum?
No.
In New Delhi, the
Oh God.
Sulabha
They'd need it
International
there.
Museum of Toilets features a rare collection that details the historic evolution of toilets from 2500 BC, before Christ, all the way up to the present day. When you browse through the exhibit, you'll learn about the plumbing system of ancient societies,
Ooh.
marvel at the elaborately decorated toilets of the 18th and 19th century Europe, and even get to sit upon one from Austria that is shaped like a lion.
Ugh,
No.
Imagine what the people have sat in that.
I have seen some funny.
It would actually be pretty interesting, I'd say, to go through all the
Yeah.
different types of toilets.
Them ones with the chain is coming back. They're vintage.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
see
they're
them in a
cool.
few places. Yeah.
You know the problem with those, though? You go into most places and the chain's broken because everyone's
Oh, yeah.
reefing out of them.
Yeah.
Children swinging out of
Did
it.
you ever? I was in I think it was St. Joseph's, and I thought, there's in the toilets there's a pull thing to set the alarm off if you're in trouble.
Oh, shit.
I was there.
Beep, beep.
I did the business, and I was looking around for the flusher. I was like, this can't be the flusher. I went.
Oh, no.
They do that in Minute the whole time.
Yeah.
And where's the alarm in my fucking office behind
no
me?
way.
And it's so high pitched. Oh, it's unreal.
You go in to wipe someone's bum.
And no, I have to go up and check to make sure there's no one there. But there never is, because there's always someone that made that mistake.
Mm.
Yeah. When we were on the tour in Germany, there was a lot of toilets that had this little shelf on them. I think I've talked about this before.
My shelf.
Yeah, and I was wondering, why the hell is there a shelf that you poop onto?
It's for the 3 shells.
The what?
From Demolition Man.
I don't think
The
I've
3
seen
shells.
Demolition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what's Demolition Man?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, they didn't have
Sylvester
toilet paper in
Stallone.
the future. They have 3 shells sitting on a shelf beside the toilet.
There's a big like community of what the 3 shells do.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Mm.
I'm not sure what they do. Anyway, I often wondered while we were there, what the hell is that shelf for and why is it?
Mm.
And I was told that because they eat so much meat, that they have to look out for worms in their poop.
Oh, that's where they use the poop knife.
Yeah, well, yeah, did we talk about that before as well?
I think so.
Is
Yeah.
it a poop knife?
Well, I don't think they use a knife, but it's that used to be a thing.
Mm.
But you have to look down and physically look at your poo and make sure that there's nothing in it before you flush it away.
Mm.
Oh.
In Germany.
Oh.
There's a shell bump for you.
There is a shell bomb.
John Boy?
I like B-days.
Mine's a bit X-rated. today.
Yes.
Ooh,
I love it. I
yeah.
love to end in an X-rated one.
There has been extensive research
Right.
Oh, extensive.
on smells that actually I'll just go there.
That's one next.
The smell of freshly baked donuts
Mm.
entices an erect penis.
What?
To do what? To come out?
It's research. It's research. They've researched it. The smell of freshly baked donuts entices an erect penis. Is that a shell bomb?
What's the? Imagine working in Krispy Kreme, just everyone walking around poking into each other.
I'm so sorry.
No, you could toss a donut.
That's
on
right.
them.
There's better place to hang the donuts, I suppose. Jesus Christ.
Look it up, though. Look it up.